The big question is, what is the secret to 76% calving rate?
That's actually a very simple question.
Yeah.
With very complicated answers.
Yeah.
So I think the first thing is the genetics. Culling unproductive animals.
Can I cull animal as one that cannot produce?
That's not producing as it should. The second thing is the breed. The way that I decided to do farming, I decided to keep low maintenance animals. For our environment, our climate, I wanted to keep field-raised animals.
I'm sure you remember the discussions we had that time about communal versus non-communal, right?
I'm not a fan of communal. I might be forecasting 88% calving rate by the 31st of this year, of December this year. But that's just me trying to make the best of what's available to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have touched down at 9 Eatery and Cocktail Bar, Mochaboroni, and Extension 9. This is the place whereby they're open from Tuesdays to Fridays. Such a beautiful venue. They've given us this place to come shoot this podcast. Today, it is the home of So Much Khemer, right? Home of So Much Khemer. And they also host events here, and they do, a number of things. So you guys better check them out. But today, I'm excited to be in the presence of my namesake. You meet Mr. Mpo JPM. Welcome to the show, sir.
Yo, man.
How you doing, man?
Thanks, Sam. Thanks for having me.
Lovely, man.
I'm good.
Yes, sir.
How's it going?
Easy going, man. Easy going.
How's the fatigue from the conference?
From the conference?
Yeah.
Yeah, it took me down a little bit, but you know what, back in it
You've
again.
recovered.
I've recovered, so hopefully I have. Hey, I'm just waking up late all the day, So I'm struggling to wake up sometimes because of like the fatigue. You think it's over, but it's not over.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great. That's actually where we met.
Yeah.
That's actually where we met.
It was, yeah.
And I remember the statement. You stood up, like, ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to say we've achieved a 76% calving rate.
Hey.
And we are moving towards an 88% calving rate.
Yeah.
I was like, who is this man? So I was like, yo, man, we got to talk. I got on your socials. I got into your work. And I got into to figure out all the amazing things you're doing.
Yeah.
You're into Brahmans, red Brahmans.
Red Brahmans,
so,
yeah.
The big question is, what is the secret to 76% calving rate?
Wow. That's actually a very simple question.
Yeah.
With very complicated answers.
Yeah.
Considering that I'm just a communal farmer with basically zero facilities, zero funding.
Everything bootstrapped.
Yeah, it's right. The story starts when Kira of this particular herd. It starts when I move my cattle out of our family herd in 2011.
Yeah.
And I go on my own.
What do you do there? Were you trying to really establish yourself in the space, or there's certain reasons why you did that?
The first thing is that where my family was farming at the time and is still farming there, I didn't think it was conducive for extensive livestock farming.
That's in the Quinning area?
No. That's in Barolong Farms.
Oh, that's in Barolong Farms.
Yeah,
okay.
In the area, yeah. Pietswane, Hebron, Tsohar.
Okay.
I wanted better grazing, and I wanted, of course, water is a given.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was really looking for better grazing. And I moved to the Dutwe area in Quinning West.
Okay.
Yeah. From 2011 to 2023. Then March 2023, I moved to the Khansi district in the area Kakai. Yeah. So it's taken...
Yeah.
Last year was probably the highest calving rate we had at 76%. So it's taken that long to get there.
Yeah. 2011 till 2024?
Yes. So I think the first thing is the genetics. Culling unproductive animals. So females that generally skip a year without dropping a calf for no reason that I can identify.
Yeah.
Okay, there are exceptions. Some females may be affected by something, and you know that the animal is stressed. So of course, it's not going to
produce
to be productive at that particular time. Again, lekokweneng, it was good, but for example, nixan nosetse ko sake. Sakala mene leleha, but di no ko si di ben si di ba sele hale. So I think the most important thing was culling the unproductive animals. Exactly sure.
Can I cull animal as one that cannot produce?
That's not producing as it should.
As it should.
Yeah, and when we say as it should, if you are a commercial farmer, then you're talking about a calf on an average of every year. Right? If you are a communal farmer, we hear that the calving rate in Botswana is 40%, or just way there and thereabouts.
Yeah.
Right?
And you almost double that. Because 40 to 76, just shy.
Yeah, it's almost double that.
Double.
Yeah, it's almost double that. Yeah. So the first thing is that culling animals that are deemed non-productive. The second thing is the breed. And I speak for Brahmans. I don't speak just for red Brahmans. So even gray Brahmans, I think, are the same. The difference is in the color, of course, obviously. But I think the genetic makeup is quite similar. So the way that I decided to do farming, I decided to keep low maintenance animals for our environment, our climate. I wanted to keep field-raised animals. You know, I didn't want to feed animals. I don't have money.
You don't want the Shirleys.
I don't have money to feed animals. So I wanted...
And usually that's the biggest cost. Feed is the biggest cost.
Definitely.
All the time.
Yeah.
And so you wanted an animal that can be able to feed itself.
To fend for itself.
Yeah. But be able to produce.
Yes.
At a higher rate.
Yes.
How were you able to find out, okay, I think the red Brahmans are able to do this?
No, it's not limited to red Brahmans.
Okay.
I think Brahmans in general, they're known for being hardy animals. Fortunately, because negidisa, literally every weekend, every school holiday, and by my choice, by the way. Okay, from a younger age, maybe I was just tagging along with the parents or whatever, but I wanted to go there because so through that, I think from natural observation, and then as I'm growing older and analyzing more and more, I'm thinking it's more productive than the other cows,
right?
Or than the other breeds,
right?
How so generally, I think it's not limited to red Brahmans. The red is my choice. But I think it's Brahmans in general.
Cool stuff.
Yeah.
So you started in 2011. How many cattle did you have, and how many do you have as we speak? If you're open to letting us know that.
Yeah. It's not a secret. I started with 40 females and a bull. My first bull, I bought from Kronfi Brahmans. So that explains it now.
South Africa.
That takes us to the third point, which I think is genetics and picking the right genetics. Kron v Brahman, in my view, are one of the best Brahman producers for us, for our type of farming, mo Botswana. Because I understand gore dipo tsa bone, when they win them, by the kaola, but the latela mo plasing, they go and fend for themselves. They are only on a lick. At around over 2 years old, they bring them in and they make a selection. Those that haven't coped go for culling. The ones that have coped stay behind and get prepared for the auction, for their annual auction. At that time, they used to do a single annual auction ka November. But now, I think they do twice a year. Yeah, there's a winter auction and then the normal
How
annual
old were you around there? Because I can't tell you how old I am. I was like Form 1. 2011, yeah, I was in Form 1.
2011.
Yeah.
Can I even remember how old I am? I was
Because I think
32.
32.
32. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so I started with
Damn, you're 32.
I was 32 in 2011.
You look like such a young.
we look the same age.
I'm like, what? I was thinking you're gonna say I was like 17. You know? Yeah.
Hey. So genetics.
Okay. Hey, okay.
Hardy genetics.
Right.
Age well. Yeah. So anyway, that was the first bull. It gave a lot of males. And I kept it for long because of that. I changed that.
But what are you looking for when you're buying it? Like, tell me about the structure, like, you know, what are the things that you are seeing that, okay, this can be a great bull?
So, first of all, a bull has got to look like a bull. Okay? Masculine. More Brahmaning. You look for that capacity. And unfortunately, I think at that time, or even earlier, as I was growing up, I haven't experienced that.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, there's this thing about Jana or Brahmane kaina wait. Hello ka go merakeng kana ko mitsing. Generally speaking,
that's interesting.
And maybe so. Maybe the previous bloodlines we had, for whatever reason, they were light. They look lighter. The thing about conformation, you can have the same body length, depth, width, but it's standing on longer legs.
Right.
So naturally, it looks like it's lighter.
Yeah.
You can have it standing there with another breed with shorter legs, exactly the same conformation, but the Brahman is going to look like it's lighter because it's got longer legs, which helps, by the way.
The workability and all that.
You know, they help. Those long legs help. Yeah. What do I look for in a bull? Yeah, it's got to look like a bull. I don't like, there's a typical shape of a bull. So it's deeper in the front and it tapers down to the rear. I don't like it to taper too much.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think I'm more of a produce nice females over bulls. I like producing nice females, and I feel like the herd composition is really about the females.
Yeah.
The bull is a fertilizer, so to speak.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that tapering, but I don't like it to taper too much. I like it to have strong hindquarters. I like a good bone, even if the bone is a bit longer, you know. And then I like I have to admit, I like a nice round hump, pronounced round hump. Yeah, I struggle with humps that lean to one side or humps that have a dent. I like a nice clean hump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just one of those things. It's probably not that important, but to
just
me,
from aesthetics. Yeah.
I like a nice pigment. Dile mostly red. Boy kana lebo tlhaba. A little bit of black. Apparently, it shows more fertility or something to do with hormones. Yeah, even in the gray Brahmans. Yeah, apparently the bulls, the ones that are darker around the neck, you assume them to be more fertile. And I think it might apply to the reds as well.
Okay.
I like a little bit of speckle. You would have noticed that I've got a lot of speckle now. But I think it's the JVZ bull was speckled. Ironically, my next bull was actually a gray Brahman. It was a Loriza bull. Again, I think we went to it because we wanted to improve the frame. It was from a larger animal, a larger frame. The father Nebidua Loriza Impi, and he's one of the big Brahman bulls. A lot of weight in there. I'm sure he's well over 1,000 kilos. And they seem to have a good milk factor in them. I wanted to increase that. I wasn't too bothered about the pigment. Some proper red Brahman connoisseurs criticize me for that. They're like, no, why don't you look for those genetics in the red Brahman?
Yeah.
But we don't have that wider pool here.
Yeah.
I think we've only got one stud red breeder, which is Wayside Brahman.
Yeah. Over there. The Mungas.
Not to say that we don't have good genetics, but if you're looking for stud, registered animals, then those are probably the only ones. I can't think of anyone else who does reds here.
So, as we're coming to this, you got your first bull, then you got your second.
Yeah.
And then I want to understand now from a business standpoint. But what determined you getting the next bull? Because you said the first one you had 30, right?
I had 40 females.
You had 40 females.
Yeah.
Okay, you had 40 females and one bull.
Yeah.
Also, how many females do you need for one bull? According to you, generally speaking, how many females can one bull service properly?
So we hear that we hear that it's 25 roughly.
Yeah.
Right.
I just wanted to get your take.
Look, I've seen a Brahman bull, uncontrolled breeding seasons and whatever. One Brahman bull, 3 or 4 Simmentala bulls, and I think 3 Charolais bulls. Okay? No, let's Mr. K actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he had that many bulls, one Brahman bull. And I was looking at the calf crop at a particular time. I think that calf crop was around 80 calves. 80 calves. 50 of those calves were Brahmans.
One season,
not even a season. I mean, at that particular point. Yeah, because I don't think he had breeding seasons at that point. Yeah. So
what were the females breed-wise?
No, they were commercial.
It was just commercial.
Yeah, so they were mixed. Yeah.
50.
At least 80. 50 of them were Brahmans.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was in 2011, yeah, or 2010. Yeah, around 2010. Or 2009. Maybe, I can't remember the exact date, but that's what I saw. So the question is, how many? I've generally kept it 1 to 40. Yeah, I've generally kept it 1 to 40. But I think the bulls can handle more than that. And also, especially if you don't have a breeding season, it's a natural breeding season. It's not.
Right.
It's not.
It's not time sensitive.
A protected one. I grew I'm not in a fenced area, in a fenced farm, so it's almost impossible to control the breeding season.
All right, so I wanted us to taste just ginger, khemere, non-alcoholic. This is 250 ml.
Yeah.
So you're gonna take a sip,
small,
and then you tell me, and then I take a sip, then I let you know.
No preservatives.
The energy here is.
I'm well familiar with it, by the way.
Yeah.
They used to stock in, I think they still do. The first.
Yeah.
How does it go?
It's pretty good. Pretty good. It's also very. Ginger tends to be thick. You know what I'm saying? Like it tends to be in a way that then you feel it. You gotta those things. This one is nice and clean. This one does have a tang to it.
It does.
It does have a tang to it, but it's nice and supple. You know, so I love it. I love it. So yeah, I'm definitely coming here, guys. Yeah, definitely having more of this. Definitely having more.
They said they do khemere cocktails, huh?
Khemere cocktails.
So all their cocktails are khemere based. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Now I'm definitely jumping into it. Definitely jumping into it. I like khemere already as is. So now, yeah. So tell me about that, because I'm sure you remember the discussions we had that time.
Yeah.
About communal versus non-communal, right? What are your thoughts, and how do you see things going as an individual, on a micro and then on a macro? What do you think works over time? Because 80% are communal. So
80% of farmers.
80% of farmers is communal.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on that? And in terms of even effectiveness?
Yeah, so I'm not a fan of communal. I might be forecasting 88% calving rate by the 31st of this year, of December this year. But that's just me trying to make the best of what's available to me.
So with the reasons you gave us, what then is going to take it higher to 88, from 76 to 88?
No, it's a continuous selection. And as I go along, I'm getting more and more of my own heifers, bred heifers, into the herd. So they're telling me that I've been using the right bulls as well. Yeah. There's this bull that I still have.
88.
It's called Wingspan. His daughters are dropping calves at an average of 3 years old. I don't feed, as I've said. I've made it clear. I supplement, and only when I have a little bit of cash to do it.
Because that's very interesting. Because you don't feed, but you're producing at that level.
Yeah.
Like it really. I'm like,
yeah. They lick. Maybe if they're lucky, they'll lick twice a week for a month.
Okay.
Yeah. They'll lick whatever lick is out there. Production lick, winter lick. Yeah. They will lick twice a week when they're lucky. Sometimes I go a month without them licking because blind. So the point that I was trying to make, and this was my third bull now.
Okay.
He's actually a commercial bull. He was bred by DR, Darrell van der Westerhuizen.
Okay.
And then he sold that red herd. And this bull, but this bull was already branded. So it's a little gohoene. And then I bought it from someone else. That was my third bull. And this bull's heifer offspring, Karditsala at an average of 3 years old. The previous bulls, 3+, just a little bit over. This one, the average might just be even below 3 years old. This week, last week, I think I posted a high five, first-time mother who is 29 months old. 29 months old.
Not even 3 years.
Not even 3 years. Yeah.
Wow. So what is it also? It's the health. You're keeping them very healthy. Because obviously they wouldn't be able to...
I try. The reason I went to the places that I'm trying farming at is also because I know they are not overcrowded areas. The disease... we have a concept ya gore motaba ha gona malwetse a mantsi ko motlhabeng. It's proving me wrong right now. Yeah, we'll get to the other challenges, but so this bull last year I had I think 11 of his daughters. No, I had 12 of his 2021 daughters joining the breeding herd. 11 of them calved. Yeah. The only one that didn't calve was a late, like a end of 2021 born. So it was naturally late. So, yeah. But it has calved now. And then now I'm getting his 2022 daughters in. And at the same time, I'm still culling. I mean, last month I culled a couple of cows that were not productive.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing too.
Yeah.
Because farmers, we become very like...
Yeah, we keep giving it a chance. Keep giving it a chance, yeah.
Because I know of a farmer in South Africa. I was in Klerksdorp in April. That farmer is a dairy farmer. And if this cow is not producing... Actually, what happens is, if the moment he gets a male, he kills.
Yeah.
Yeah, the moment he gets a male, he kills. He doesn't even wait for, like 7 days after birth, it's gone.
Yeah.
Literally. So
he produces, what's that meat called?
Which one?
The calves, small calves. Yeah. Venison. Is it venison?
I don't know if it's venison.
I don't know. Whatever, yeah.
Somewhere there.
Yeah.
But that just tends to show, if the plan is this, let it be the plan.
Yeah.
Because usually a lot of the times we are very remorseful about it. We're like, I've been waiting for it. You're happy when it's born.
Yeah.
But to kill it in 7 days, you're like, I just wasted one. And just this period is as long as a human being.
Yeah.
I've wasted 9 months. You feel like so I think that's really the game.
Yeah.
You have to be very, very quote unquote ruthless in terms of how you run it.
Yeah.
So that you can be able to take your numbers higher as you have.
Yeah. As you know, I do quite a bit of my own content.
Yeah.
And it's not person based. So it's not me and it's not anyone else. It's the animals themselves. Yeah. And I recently started doing or uploading a bit more detail on my YouTube channel. And one of the things I explained is that I'm not necessarily that ruthless. But there's a certain point where I say, that's it.
Yeah.
I normally give a cow one chance. Yeah. It might not produce, and I might know, okay.
These were the reasons.
Yeah. For no reason, I'll give it maximum one chance if they're lucky.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they have to go.
Yeah.
Look,
but what are the challenges? Let's get into that.
Man, as I've said, it's against all odds because you don't, Communal, I mean, you don't really have control of anything. Anything, Communal.
Yeah, it's just...
Hey, basically, I'm a syndicate member, but,
yeah.
Hey, but even that's limited and limiting. What can I do? Yeah. Where do I start with the challenges? Okay. On a personal level, which I think applies on a macro level, The first thing is that lack of control. You can't control anything. You can't control the veld, the grass. You can't control the bush encroachment. You can't control your animal's movement, no matter how hard you try. Yes, that's the only way actually to control them.
Yeah.
But even that is just you are interrupting them. They're spending most of their time trying to dodge you instead of hula.
Yeah.
It's you can't control your breeding season, which means you can't control your calving season, which means you can't even control the nutrition,
So just everything
So these
from
animals
communal, it's a domino effect.
It's a domino effect. So these animals are literally doing this on their own. Not on their own, because I'm there. I'm making sure that first and foremost, they have water, enough water. I think that's the most important thing. And then the pulo, which is dijo. Those are the two most important things. I will supplement when I can. Like I've said, it's not constant and it's not consistent. I would love for it to be consistent, but if you have a small head like mine, it can be difficult.
And I think your story is very relatable because most of us are communal farmers.
Yeah.
But how are you able to get to these numbers?
Yeah.
So it's very relatable to
So
farmer.
I think it's very, the most important thing was the selection that I made at the beginning.
Right, the premise.
Yeah. I decided, I want to do this type of farming. I moved to a place in Ponela Pulo. And then the breed selection, which I've gone through. The culling, which is very important, we've gone through. And then the bloodline, they're reputable.
Right.
Yeah. So on a macro level, I've mentioned what the challenges are.
Yeah.
So in terms of breeding, if you see my calves, you can see that 99.99999% of them are from my bulls. Yeah, there'll be the odd one. Also, it's already young, but generally speaking,
about communal.
Yeah, how do you do that in a communal space?
Yeah.
So, because ke modisa, ke itse gore ha kgomo e rophile ke ha o rileng. Not through any science or scientific application, just from go gola o disa dikgomo. I can tell when a cow is even due to come on heat. Regardless of what stage, whether it's lactating, or whether or whatever. I can usually tell a few days in advance where this cow is going to come on heat. Okay? When it does come on heat...
What are the signs? It's just...
it's just, at that point, it's not even showing any signs. But any...
What is it, like a
really
hunch?
It's a I guess, I don't know. It's
because you've been around them, so you're like,
it's just, there's just something that will trigger me, and I'll start thinking. But however, when it comes on heat, there are signs.
No, definitely.
Eka palama di kgomo tse dingwe o eka tse dingwe di latela dipo. Ha ile gore go na le dipo, different number of bulls, it will go to its preferred bull. Tse dingwe tse dingwe di lwantsha dikgomo tse dingwe or whatever. But the biggest sign is actually dipoana tse dinnyane. They'll start following the cow around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you know.
And of course, dikgomo tsa me di nna le dipo. Almost all the time there's a bull within the females.
Is it?
Not all the bulls all the time, but there's one bull that's always with the females. And that bull will confirm gore kgomo e tsena mo hiting. And luckily for me, ke na le badisa ba ileng gore ke ba rutile and they caught. Ebe ba tshwara and they actually apply what I've taught them.
What you would do.
Yes. To the point that this year, 2025, we've used 3 bulls on different animals, and these ones you should use for this bull, these ones you should use for this bull, and yeah.
Interesting, because as you say that, other farmers when the bulls are always with the females, they're not desired. Something of that sort. I don't know if you've heard one of those lines. Have you heard one of those lines?
Then the bulls are not well.
When they're like, they would rather the bulls now desire, or the bulls don't desire the females anymore. They want those ones that are outside.
No.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, everyone that has bought a bull from me,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but that's just genetics again. I'll never use poel or padi. You know what padi is, right? A wild bull. Yeah. Even females, I count females, they are too difficult to handle.
Mm-hmm.
And then generally, I'm going to find them in their own groups.
Mm-hmm.
It's very rare to find
Interesting.
and that's just it's patterns, routine. Routine, and that's just from an early age, knowing their family members, so to speak, knowing their herd, and etc. Yeah.
Let's also get into the issue, dystocia. Like the difficulty in giving birth. I know definitely, because you are a farmer and you do this, you've probably experienced it. And how have you been able to ensure that once this cow eats sulfate, you can take it through the right process of giving birth so that they do it well?
I'm trying to remember how many cows we've had to help. I can remember the last cow we had to help was a cow. She's an old cow. She's still there now. And the reason she's still there is because she's a stud cow.
Okay.
So we see the value in that, but she's a 08 born cow. So this year would make her how many years?
08.
Yeah. Remoko 2025, so 17,
so almost
17 years.
Yeah.
17 years, yeah. At 15 years, so a couple of years ago, she gave birth. She struggled. I don't know whether, but she was in decent condition. Before then, I can't remember. That's how rare it is.
Yeah.
Can I give birth? The process of giving birth. Yeah. So we don't have that problem in our...
Interesting.
Yeah. And maybe it's because we use Brahmans. Maybe our females are wedged well. You know, maybe the conformation is good to allow for that birth process to go smoothly.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I can only remember this one cow, 2023. Yeah. Health-wise, they're always in decent condition. Ibile had to do the second and third trimester, they really gain and really get fresh. So by the time these are like, we do stress them a little bit, because most of our cows, 98% of our cows maybe, that's because it goes back to the breeding. And then we record the service date. So that allows us to estimate the birth, the due date.
The due date, yeah.
And then when it's about a week or so to go before the due date, right towel. It's a mile the main herd. Almost all our cows now give birth more mosakeng. Yeah. And so, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Awesome stuff. So that's very interesting, actually. You put it that way. All of them give birth, and also how rare it's been for you to experience this. This phenomenon I'm talking about.
I have to say, I think one of the reasons why, and the guys, Badisabaka, they play a huge role, because if it wasn't for them and the way they conduct themselves, Jan, but then again, they probably didn't do the same way they previously worked. Hey. So it's all about it's all about what I teach them and how I teach them and how I treat them. But also a big thing, which is I uploaded a video. I might not have uploaded it yet, but there's a video and I mentioned, if you listen to the narration in the background, I say it's because they don't let me do it. But I think it's because I used to do it myself. And they feel like I'm doing what they're supposed to be doing. So when I do these things, I actually do it. The first thing they'll see is me doing it rather than me directing them to do it. Yeah. And then they follow on from there. And I think they just take pride in doing it as well as they can. They're not as good as me. But they do it as well as they can, and it's good enough, you know?
And so you train these guys.
Yeah.
You sit down with them, you train them, you show them these are the ropes, this is how you do it. How do you keep them accountable? Because for Maradila all the time. They fight with Badisa all the time. It's always a thing. Accountability, high dira. We can do it. You know.
Look, it's that's the reality that we live in. And it's because I'm going to say it. The controversial way to say it is but it's just the reality. In general. That's why I end up doing a lot of stuff myself.
The ones you have,
when I started my own cattle post in 2011, I have since had a number of Badisa from 2011 to 2020. I used to try and keep Mudisa kere, where am I going to get a better one? Jalo. And then it came to a point where I thought, if this has to be a revolving door, it's going to be. Because you almost just ali irresponsible or whatever. They actually closing the door for someone else that might be better. So there was a time when I had a very high turnover. Very, very high turnover. There was one guy that I kept for 2 weeks. Dropped him off there. He didn't know anyone. Jalo. He said that. And I went back after 2 weeks. Kitalasi nagbata go kenta. They are just milling around. He actually came relating. Did everything. The following day, he picked up. I didn't say anything. The next week I came, he was there. I just asked him to pack up, and I paid him for what he had already worked. Well, he didn't work really, but for the
small period,
3 weeks that he was there, paid him, loaded him up, and
so when Obabatla farm worker,
these particular ones, I just got them through a recommendation. I think the older gentleman on Abereka somewhere through Atembe Hela for whatever reason. and Bekimota, and luckily he was the right person for me. You know, at some point you just have to let them go until you find the right person. And that's what happened. Yeah. Even the other guy is actually a relative of the older guy. So it's a recommendation as well. Yeah.
My theory is, I think a lot of the times, your issue no ibua hore bunti ba rona batswana, you don't want to do farm work. So that's a point. I think the other one is just the training and showing the farm workers, this is what I do, this is what I do, because I've spoken to a lot of farmers. There's always a measure of trust you're gonna have to have with your workers. There's nothing you can do.
Remember already Butsipabo. They're doing it on your enterprise.
Yeah.
You know, on your animals, whether it's livestock, whether it's arable, whether it's horticulture, whatever.
Yeah.
They're doing it for your benefit. So there's no point in not informing or educating someone. It's not going to be because of
Yeah.
You just have to get until you find the right one. You just have to do the best with the ones you have. And I think a lot of why they pick up any sticks is because I do it myself.
And they follow through. It's easier when they are modeling.
They actually also know. It's not as if I really can't do the stuff myself. So I think that plays a part in it, and they know they've got to be on their toes.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's not just these guys, because I've had a very, very, very good Mudisa. Unfortunately, it didn't end well. I've had others. They've been okay. And I think mostly because I don't sit down. I get stuck in. I do everything that everyone else does. Yeah.
So they know and when he comes, so he would have been doing this ordinarily.
Yeah.
I think that's a big point.
Yeah. Look, I have to give them credit. They also have a good work ethic, naturally born.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think there has to be something said about that, because the amount of conflict between owners, farm workers and the owners, this keeps going higher and higher. With, I don't know if maybe because the economy is stretching us thin and so forth, tensions are just high. Especially with farmers, because I have a good pool of farmers. They tell me these things. And I think largely it's because just at the beginning, like you said, and I said premise, at the beginning you didn't train, you didn't show this is what we're doing, this is how we'll be doing it. You don't actually train and show through them and show them the ropes and practically and then keep an eye on them. Because you always have to keep that accountability very high.
Yes.
It's really because most of us are weekend farming. We can't be there all the time.
No.
So,
but and that's a situation that I think has to change. That 80 to 20% ratio is not right. You asked me if I was a fan of communal farming. I'm not a fan because of the reasons that I've already given on a macro level.
Yeah.
Now, on a micro level, this is the worst year that I'm going through. I'm seeing things that I've never seen before. On the 21st of May, a cold front hit. And half the herd disappeared. For the first time, ever since, even when Nagwene Gidisa Kohai, I don't think I ever experienced this.
Half the herd
just disappeared. Basically, all the adult animals disappeared. So there was I think due to the heavy rains, because we had a lot of rain.
Yeah, we did.
We had, there was 2 days where we had 170 milliliters of rain. think it was February or March. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I have the records somewhere.
Yeah.
By the way, I keep records like...
That's another big thing. That's another big thing right
I
there.
keep records. We'll get into the records.
Yeah.
But the point I was trying to make is, on a personal level, the amount of disaster that's happened this year is quite alarming. Half the ones that disappeared came back by themselves. The other half I had to collect from here, there, and everywhere. Some as far as 100 kilometers away.
Disappeared. I thought they were dead.
No. No. They went astray.
Oh, yeah.
They went astray. I've never had that before. Even Lekone Sidibasi Sengera, Berepakisa, some 7 kilometers away, I've never had Dukhomudi Patlalayan. This time around, Honale wild melons, Kaswana Dibidu Akengwe, or Mukate.
Okay.
Yeah. But these are basically melons, wild, like watermelons, smaller but wild. We had an eruption of those things in my area. So,
are they poisonous? Wow, are they?
No. When the weather is cold and the khomudi dija, they feel like khadiklokimetsi. So they don't return. They just stay in the bush, and they might graze 10 kilometers away, and they just stay there. Then they go another 5 kilometers further, hella jalo, until they find themselves 50 kilometers away. You know, like I said, the furthest ones I got, I think were approximately 100 kilometers away. But fortunately, the second thing that happened, probably as a result of that straying, I was hit by... So normally, I just vaccinate for botulism and pasturel. That's it. In 2023, veterinary they came and introduced anthrax and black quarter vaccinations. And before they started with my cows, I said, guys, I don't want you to do this, because if you do this and you don't follow it up in the next years, I'm going to have to take it up. And it's an expense that I don't want.
True.
And it's a thing that I didn't want to introduce to my crop. They said, no, it's a government program that's going to be ongoing, blah, blah, blah. So I let them vaccinate my cows for that, on that premise. Boy, was I wrong. Last year, when they're supposed to come and vaccinate, they start stories. And at the end, they're asking me for favors. You know, I told them to...
So that they can come.
Yeah. It's supposed to be their job, isn't it?
Yeah.
There was excuses. Hey, we are behind program, blah, blah, blah. But guys, you said you are going to come on an annual basis. And as far as I know, and
they need to meet the time also. Because it's very... You need to meet the vaccine schedule.
They never came last year. And I said, okay, let me see what happens. But I think as a result of my cows going astray and mixing with other cows and et cetera, I got a couple of outbreaks. It started early black quarter. And that was around July, August, when I started rounding them up. And we're in October now. End of August, lumpy skin hit. And it's not many cattle at once. It's like 1 today, 2 tomorrow.
But it's spreading.
Another 2 next week. But generally, we're speaking 2 to 3 animals a week. Again, I have to say that I'm lucky. The way they're quite vigilant, so they catch most of these before the
spread.
Before it not bad in the early stages, and we're able to treat them with the normal antibiotic. Most of them have recovered. We've had one fatality. So that, of course, affects my calving. She was going to be a first-time mother. I think she was due to calve this month, so unlucky, we lost her in August. She has been the only fatality so far. We have a couple that are struggling.
This year?
Yeah. No, right now.
Okay.
A very, very old cow. I think she will have been a 2009 cow. But she was still productive. Yeah. That's why she's still there. She's struggling. And then there's a bull calf that's really struggling. He was only born in February. Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah. So on a micro level, those are the big challenges. But also, it's really difficult to keep afloat when you don't have the facilities, you don't have anything, any funding, nothing.
Yeah.
That's
just to keep it going.
All I started with was the cows. There you go. And that was it.
And that was it.
It's very difficult to keep the business going, the enterprise or the project going, when you're also trying to increase your stocking.
Yeah.
You see, You see, that's the most difficult. If I had enough stock, I would actually live Kumaraking, knowing that I have enough. I don't have to increase. So with the 88%, I'm going to produce enough to sell off.
Yeah,
and make a decent living.
Maintaining these ones are very fine. All right.
So that's the biggest difficulty with everything. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oko communaling. The bank so and so are funding farming. They're really big into farming. And you go to the bank and the first thing they ask is guy. Now guys, the whole reason why I'm here is because you won't even get as far as telling them your calving rate. You won't even get as far as telling them the number of animals that you have.
So you have been turned down multiple times.
You won't even get to that point of presenting your project, because they'll ask Roberta Kai, Mekana now talk a pay sleepy, blah blah blah. You can't really pay yourself, blah blah. Hey,
but it's counterintuitive, because for you to actually properly perform and quicker, you have to be there with them.
Yeah.
Finding, you have to be also working at the same time.
Yeah.
So how do you
do it? Yeah. The other thing, the last result, security on a property. You can't even use property eco high. On a property mo ditropong, Francistown, maybe, property. So here's the thing, right? I'm the asset. Okay, then you have to be in a fenced farm. You can't. It's either you have the stock and you buy the farm for the stock. That makes sense. Or you have the farm and you buy the stock for the farm. That makes sense. To buy stock and the farm, good luck.
Really?
No one is gonna. Well, I don't know of many people that have been funded in my situation. They're not financially well off, or habana tiro, or habana property. I don't think that's why there's 80% of us are farming in communal areas. Yeah, because we can't get funding for one or the other or both. Yeah,
very interesting, eh? Very, very interesting. So it makes sense.
Even the There's a thing, being an architect, there used to be a concept that I picked up when you're making applications for developments and etc., whatever. Some people believe that it's always best to start small. Because if you come big, then you're scaring the authorities away, you're scaring the funders away, and that also applies to farming.
Is it?
I think so. Because even the funding institutions that are supposed to be for farming, you'll get the story that, yeah, we're funding. You can only get this amount of animals. And it usually, I mean, for me, it doesn't really make sense. Unless, of course, someone will say, no, and then you've proven yourself, maybe 20, and then maybe next time 40, jalo. But if I didn't have bills to pay, I'm already producing more than that anyway. So why should I pay someone interest for that?
Yeah,
it's the Wild West.
Yeah, it's almost like shooting yourself in the foot.
You deal with a lot of farmers, so maybe you have better stories. I don't know if you have better stories.
Typically, it's very hard for farmers to get funding.
Yeah,
for anything, just because. Gantsi gape eng ke yone e leng gore ke a bo di records. Farmers, there's no way it shows. They can't really see what have you done, and this is what you're doing. You move from here to here. There's no so that it shows gore anya motona re ka matlela high. But in your case, you have records. You are showing that this is my calving rate. So how to about the funding? Funding. Why then don't they sit with people like who can understand? You're able to paint the picture clearly. This is where we are, and this is where majority of us are.
I think you'd find that a lot of these people that work at these institutions actually banale merak.
Yeah, either has land or
but then again,
livestock or both.
So you wonder why they don't see the picture. But maybe they are guided by their policies. Apparently, the institution's policies prohibit them from taking stock in a communal area as collateral or whatever. Right. Okay. But a big part of that is not seeing the operation. So if I come, the first thing they should do is, we've got devices now. Show me what you're talking about. Now I'll show them. Lots of footage. From there, it's the records, as you say. So what I do is, every time there's an event, they report it to me, or I record it for myself. When they report it to me, I record it. On such and such a day, this animal fell sick. And then I prescribed Mulimo. Give the oxytetracycline, your somicins, your terramycins, whatever. Yeah. On such and such a day, I have encouraged them to actually observe the service, so they must be sure. But they've gone to the point where they know. So even if they miss the actual mounting, they will see she's just being served. Yeah. So there's an event, right? Record. There's an event record from, I think I started in August 2021. That leads me to estimate calving dates. So every cow, except 3 calves were born, like I've said this year. But apart from those, every cow, age since 2021 August, I have the birth date.
It's accounted
to the day. Yeah. So that's another set of information. I always have a running spreadsheet, so to speak. Yeah, bulls, cows that have been served in the order they've been served in, and then it drops down to cows and calves in the order that they've calved. And then the bottom one get just cows. So just cows will be cows that have calves that are older than 8 months old, so they've been weaned, but they haven't been served. And then from there, it's heifers. And then from there, it's calves. That's a running thingy. Yeah. So every time there's an event, that changes. Yeah. And then I have another set of records, which is the overall number of cows. Yeah. So every time a calf is born, it's added to that. Yeah. Every time a cow is sold, it's removed from that. Yeah. And then I have another set of records, which is the breeding stock. So this is just females. So right now, I actually know what number my breeding stock will be in 2028, where we stand right now.
So I want us to come to this part where we're talking about Botswana's cattle as a whole. If you look at the numbers, we're just going lower and lower and lower year after year, and it's a scary situation. When I listened to you the first time and you said 76% calving rate, I was like, I need to have a conversation with him, and the conversation needs to go far so that a lot of farmers can hear exactly your mindset and how you go through this. But what are your takes on the national herd and how can we increase it?
First of all, I'm not sure how accurate the numbers are. They're definitely low.
Yeah.
Too low.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how they conducted that census, but in 2023, when those guys came to vaccinated mine, they actually counted all the cows they vaccinated. Now, whether or not, that's another thing.
Yeah.
That might skew the numbers a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if Bates records are used, because if so, then they're definitely not accurate. Because Santa, what I understood was supposed to happen is that the inspectors or something somewhere they have to kill it. But that hasn't happened, because if you get into my baits, you'd think I'm a cattle baron.
They don't remove the numbers.
No. No. And I think that's one of the things that have motivated the migration from base 2 to base 3. So that
they're even lower there.
Base 2. They might be even lower.
Yeah, I'm saying chances are they're even lower.
But the other thing is, oddly enough, there are still farmers who only tag their cows sebango direkis. Can you believe it? In this day and age. Yeah. So they might be a portion that's higher because of that. But regardless of how accurate the numbers are, I think the consensus is that they're way too low. And we're actually falling. we're actually going towards a point where we're going to have to start buying meat from outside. Imagine that.
And it's never happened.
And check out the price of meat outside.
Outside, yeah.
Yeah.
It will tell us all we need to know.
Yeah. The other thing that has led to the drop in numbers that's very underestimated is whenever there's a disease outbreak, those animals have to be culled. We've never replaced from outside. We're replacing from within. That's not replacement. We might be replacing dikgomo tsa ko Ngami or tsa ko Bubirwa. Like those are the places, or tsa ko Bukalaka.
Those are the FMD
Those
places.
are the places that have been affected. I think ko Ngami. I think that's what really killed stocks sa ko Ngami. Ko Bukalaka le ko Bubirwa. I think in a FMD. Nakong wa tlo go ne le bolwetse jwa dikgokong ka ga kgatleng centrale le ka ha southern Barolong Farms gangwaketse. Whenever those animals are culled, I'm not sure about the other parts, but FMD di a khaliwa le nako ele ya lekgwafo. Huge numbers were culled. Those animals are replaced by the animals tse di tswang gone mo Botswana. So in effect, we are not replacing
those animals
in the national herd.
Yeah.
So they are gone. We're just replacing tsa Bubirwa ka tse di tswang ka kwale still mo Botswana.
Right.
So that's the one thing we need to look at. When it happens, if it happens, God forbid we never ever need to do it again. But if it happens again, I strongly think that we should import. That's one. So if we import, the national herd then stays at the same number. Otherwise, it's just been decreasing because of that. And that's underrated, and no one mentions it. I don't know why, but they don't mention it. And thanks to Farmer Linchwe Towe, he's one of those that really alerted me to it in a discussion. Go national show, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
But how can we increase it? How can we increase this? Because yes, but we're trying to increase.
Yeah. So it's going to take me into a controversial issue, which is land allocation. I think the statistic floating around is that around 30% of the allocated farms are only 30% of those are fully utilized. So fully stocked and operational. 70% is not.
Just sitting there.
Yeah. So that tells me that those farms are allocated to the wrong people. If 80% of the farmers are in communal and 70% of the farms are lying dormant.
Yeah.
Those farms are in the wrong hands. So the allocation process, what is the allocation process? It's the same as the banks. It's the same as the financial institutions.
So what should we do? Should we give people a limited time? Should we say 5 years, 3 years?
No. The first thing is, before you allocate someone a farm, go and see their operation. Before you turn me down for a loan, even before I get the chance to make the application, show some interest. Get off the office chair and go and have a look. If you can't get off the office chair, ask for the footage. I always have it. Right? If you had allocated the farms to farmers, that 80% wouldn't be 80%, it would be lower. What would that mean? It would mean the production right now would be higher. That's the first thing. So if we get that 70% of farms that are not working, if we get them working, whichever way, whether you take Bompo, where they are showing where they are in production, and you reallocate those farms to them, whichever way, whether you want to rent from those farmers or whatever. I don't know how you do it. Okay, that's for the clever guys who have been put in place to make those decisions.
Right.
But you need to get the guys that are in production in those farms that are conducive to commercial production. Immediately you solve the problem here, those problems that I've highlighted are communal farming. Communal farming is okay for a subsistence farmer or a casual farmer or a fun farmer, but not for someone who's trying to commercialize like me.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing for me, but it's the best that I can do
for now.
Right? So immediately, so I've made 2 points. The first point is, if there's an outbreak, you replace from outside. You import cattle to replace. 2, those fenced farms must work. Already, I think between these 2 things, we've already doubled the national herd. Just these 2 things. 3, farmers really need to, and that's a personal thing now, introspect. I'll give you an example. The way I used to look at it was, if I have a Brahman cow or an Afrikaner cow or a Tswana, and I'm gonna give an example ka Brahman ka or ki ruile Brahman e khibidu. The difference is Brahmane might have a higher weight or an equal weight to Afrikaner, but it definitely has a higher weight to Tswana. Okay? So, if my female in 5 years produces 5 calves, 1 calf every year, and I'm selling those calves at 300 kg, okay? So that's 3 times 5. What's that? 1,500.
Yeah. 1,
so that means in 5 years, I've sold 1,500 kgs. I get. Someone buys one of these European breeds. Same input cost. I get. As I feed, if they are lucky, in 5 years, they might have 2 calves. Now, they will say, Badi Ruela, wait. I get. Sure. High low Rua farming exactly the same. Playing level field. I get. He's going to get 350 kg per calf. 2 calves, that's how many? That's what? 350, that's 700.
700, yeah.
I've sold, in 5 years, I've sold more than double. And he gets 1 calf, if he's lucky, 1 calf every 2 years. On the 5th year, the 3rd calf is too young. I see you wait another year to the 6th year to get the 3rd calf. So we need to introspect le rona as farmers.
What's working?
They are low maintenance and high yield. Even got weight. Like I'm saying, Kirik said 0.2, they average around 300 kg. Which is satisfactory for me. So that's the other thing, breed selection. Looking at the environment, looking at the industry as a whole, the price, selling prices. We're talking beef production because that's the main thing here.
Yeah.
Well, it's in breed. When you are selling breed, you are selling genetics. But we're just talking strictly beef production. I get. So we need to see what is the important thing. So those are the main things. We've gone through increasing bull calving rate. How do I do it? I've done it organically over a long period of selection, using the right genetics, using the right breed, jalo.
I think the last question I would have for you now comes to the aspect of selling, what is your mentality on selling? Kore ha o rekisa gompieno ana, o batla go rekisa ko di-auctioning, o batla go rekisa o isa ko BMC. Kore where is your mind at in terms of selling your stock? Because this is where we make the money.
Yeah.
So how do you I want us to really clarify that part.
Ke batla go rekisa where the market is best. And that's a very vague answer.
Yeah.
Because the market fluctuates. If you can get into a position where you don't have to sell, you sell when you want to sell, not when you have to sell, when you want to sell. If as a farmer you can get to that point, you've made it.
I'm saying that because when it's about farmara, manyalo, where you're selling one, it's not really bringing madi a mantsi. Gago na wait rileng. It's you can't plan off of that.
No, you can't. That's why I say, if you can get yourself as a farmer to a point where you sell when you want, not when you have to.
So ideally,
then you can plan.
Ideally, how should it be like?
Right. So personally, in Gile ka rekisa ko BMC, when they had a scheme at the feedlot, Kosani side, it was good, it was planned, and it went well. Just that it took a little bit of time, I think over a month for a kidwere. But I'm in a situation where it doesn't work for me to wait that long. Sabubedi. So right now,
so no EU.
No, I don't think there was the EU thing was in place by that time. I think about 2013.
Okay. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it came after that. Yeah, I think that this was about 2013, 2014, maybe up to 2015. Okay. I was selling, so I'd get tollies and cows and then sell them to BMC to the sunny side
the feedlot.
Feedlot, yeah. And that was okay. I could sell 12, 15 at a time, something like that. Yeah. Sometimes a trailer full, so that's 5 or 6 at a time. Yeah. Mostly kerekisa ko di feedlot. The prices are not great at the moment. So if I could, I would actually hold on to my animals and then try and qualify for EU, which I don't. And then it's just that also I'm not convinced, because as a farmer, hearing other people's experiences with that has been bad. So I'm not really motivated.
You mean to get into EU?
Yeah.
Like the requirements and so forth?
No, the experience, they've qualified, they sell. One farmer, after 2 weeks, by then they've lost condition. One farmer, kill shit it like super something else. Like he sold 20-something males and a few females. It like super the other way. Way more females than males. Just that luckily he kept his records well, and eventually it was corrected. But when you hear the poso, it's not very encouraging and not very motivating. So at the moment, my biggest market is the feedlot. My second biggest is actually selling young bulls to other farmers. Obviously, it's a better price.
Yeah.
But at the moment, I've been selling bulls at a price because initially they were cross bulls. And because they are not starred, the bloodlines at some point were not as long as right now. I'm 14 years deep, so
yeah,
I can get that
that
predictability factor is growing as I move along. So the value, because I know what the bulls are going to deliver more and more accurately, the value is rising. So at some point, I think the cheapest bulls that I've sold, at some point I was selling them at 8,000, 8.5. But it was because before they prove themselves. And doesn't perform.
Yeah.
And then high delay, you can sell it and still make your money back. But fortunately, none of my bulls have
never not performed.
They've all performed, and everyone has been happy with.
So the recommendation
more than happy with the bulls. They are commercial bulls. There's a commercial farmers market out there. Not everyone wants the most beautiful, and my cows are not the most beautiful cows. I have some really beautiful cows within that, and it's a select few. It's not the whole herd. And even the bulls that I'm producing, they're not the most perfect bulls, but
they get the job done.
A very established farmer, once told me, everyone has a preference. So not all bulls will be the same as not all Basadi will be the same. But Ene Uratile his wife for whatever reason, Nakaratile my wife for whatever reasons. But po island you know. So that's my other market. There's a big demand for females, especially my females, because they are quality females. Over half of them now are pure red Brahmans.
Beautiful.
Yeah. A small portion are still crosses, but they're very high crosses. To the point that I've actually registered now with the SA Brahman, with the Botswana Brahman Breeders Society as well. I'm a member. I wish it was going better, but But anyway, that shows what I'm at that point where I'm transitioning to stud as well. And the record keeping comes back because it was like practice. It was like practice for stud breeding, because you need to know how to keep records when stud breeding.
Awesome. This is where it comes in handy.
Yeah. So the last market Q&A the females. I don't sell because I'm trying to increase the breeding stock. I don't often sell females. On average, I might sell for the whole duration, I think I might have sold, and I'm talking about breeding females. I might have sold a batch of 10 twice. I've sold a batch of 5 now. There's a couple that are in the market now. But that's it. Yeah.
Awesome.
That's who I sell. But and by the way, there's a difference between selling beef and selling for breeding.
Yeah.
For breeding, you look at you look at the performance thing, and you're actually selling genetics. And they are not the same price.
Definitely
not. So when someone says to me, or 2 years old, they'll start at 15,000 and upwards, right? There's a certain Poana Yeki recently for 25K. It's 2.5 years old. It's as good as it gets, really. And someone says it's too expensive.
How about Talogai?
I'm selling genetics here. I'm not selling it's not going to slaughter. That's why it's not going at slaughter price. Even my females. There was a time when I had some cows, but I could have given them a chance. It was a number of them, about 5 of them. There were some really nice heifers in there. Because they are a bit late. And some cows are like that. Huh? It will be a bit late and covered 4 years old. And then from there, it's like 6, 7, 8 calves in a row every year. That's why I give them a second chance. And I might have stumbled upon that actually.
So, my brother, you, the insights you have given so far are powerful. And clearly, I mean, even the viewers know, we've just scratched the surface with this conversation. I want you to let the viewers know. First of all, we're gonna link to your YouTube channel below, and where they can reach out to you and where they can see your work.
Yeah.
A good picture of what we've been talking about all along. But I think what I can say, Honana, is for a farmer who wants to be in your shoes, so that they don't they condense the time frames, they get to where you are. Just in 30 seconds, this is what you can do.
I think to start, the first thing is farming is the type of industry that you have to do with love. If you don't love it, it's a high, very kiss. And like we say, the payoffs are not great initially. Okay, it's a very hard business to start,
to get off the ground
and grow. Yeah, so you have to love it. That's the first thing. The second thing is you have to make up your mind as to what type of farming you want to do and how you want to do it. Yeah, because that will eventually tell you or give you the results that you need. If you pick the right thing and you do it the right way, you'll get the results. And then we're talking livestock farming here, like extensive livestock farming. Breed selection.
I think that's been the theme of our conversation.
Then top up breed yeah.
Lovely. Thank you so much, my brother.
Yes, sir.
This was powerful. Ladies and gentlemen, Mpo JPM. Check out his work, everything that we have been doing. Personally. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Catch us on the next one on Deep Dive Sessions. Cheers.